What's going on YouTube? Sean here, and welcome to episode number 8 of the Death Note vlogs. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about episode number 8, simply known as Glare. This one is another solid episode of the series. This time, L has become suspicious of Kira, who, basically after all these disappearances, he starts to suspect that after Ray Penber's death, he thinks that one of the victims that Ray was traveling has some sort of connection to Kira, and he comes to the conclusion that one of those victims was Light Yagami's father's family. So he decides to bug and put security cameras in the entire house, at which point, Kira, Light realizes that he's being watched, and he decides to have Ryuk locate all the cameras in his room, and he basically tries to and works around it. He had this whole weird setup of his paranoia. He thinks he's always 100 steps ahead, and that's one of the things I like about Light's character. Yeah, he's a complete sociopath, but he's very intelligent. And the same thing with L. And Light just always seems to be one step ahead of him, but L's suspicion is always there. He's always thinking, oh, perhaps he's this way, or perhaps he's that way. It does get kind of a bit ridiculous at some points, but it's I put this mechanical pencil in my door, or I put this piece of paper at this exact location, or I held my door handle exactly 1 millimeter up to the right, and once it was moved there, I knew it was going to be bugged. So he's always thinking 10 steps ahead of everyone else. He's very intelligent, very smart, very paranoid, and I like that aspect. So he basically fools the cameras the entire time and completely throws off L's suspicion by the end of the episode. Well, I mean, there's still a couple percent of L still thinks that there's a chance that he's still Kira, but he still has kind of that suspicion. A small percentage of him thinks he's Kira. So I like that aspect of it, and especially in the next episode. Oh boy, does it change things do they really throw a wrench in the whatever that expression is? I fucking don't know. But anyways, overall impressions of this episode, I like I said, it was kind of a little bit crazier. I don't know if I liked it as much as the prior episode, though, but I still think it's good. There's not been a bad episode of Death Note so far. I think this has been really solid storytelling. A lot better than I was expecting going into the show. I always heard great things about it, but I've been on the edge of my seat, and especially what happens in the next episode really, really changes things in particular. Because I watched a few episodes. I was going to do vlogs, but then I just got so hooked, and I kind of forgot, oh shoot, I should probably record a few of these before I move on. But episode 10 in particular kind of gets a bit ridiculous at times, so I'll talk about that one in a second. But episode 8, like I said, showcasing their intelligence with each other. You know what I've come to realize? These two are basically if Sherlock Holmes did battle. It's like Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty. Two incredibly intelligent individuals just constantly outwitting each other the whole way through. I like that aspect. I like when you have a hero and a villain that, in a way, are very much alike, very smart and intelligent, but kind of like the polar opposites, but it's their intelligence, it's their outwitting of each other that makes the story engaging. And that's what we got here. It's oh, how the fuck is he going to get out of this situation? Or these two overanalyze things so much, it gets kind of crazy at some point, but definitely like this episode. Another solid Death Note episode. I think there's some funny moments with Ryuk. You see his withdrawals for not having apples. It's kind of like some people going without drugs or alcohol addiction. He just goes through withdrawals and he starts to go crazy. He's I can't eat them in the house. And it's just it was pretty funny. So yeah, those are my impressions on episode number 8. What are your thoughts on this episode? Let me know in the comment section down below, or you can chat about it some more. Hit that bell for notifications, and subscribe to the channel. What did you think of this episode, and what are your overall impressions on Death Note? Do you like this dynamic between L and Kira? Let me know so we can chat about it some more. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Once again, another quick video. Come back next time as we talk about episode number 9, which is known as Encounter, and yeah, I'm looking forward to chatting about that episode, because that one really, that one had a nice twist the first time I watched it. So, yep, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.